Yo guys, what's going on? It's your boy King07 here, back with another video. Before we get into this video, I want to remind you all y'all kings and queens out there, and I hope you all are having a very blessed day. Before we get into the video, 83.7% of you watching this video right now are not subscribed. It would mean the absolute world to me if you could drop a sub and a like on this video. So on this channel, if you are new, I have done Madden NFL rebuilds. That's when you take a team, you rebuild them over 4 or 5 years, and you try winning the championship in that league, the NFL. Now I'm transferring that over to FIFA, and I'm rebuilding teams on FIFA. And the first team we're going to rebuild is a newly promoted Leeds United. And let me get into the FIFA 21 rebuild process, exactly how this is about to go down. The first thing is it's going to be a 4-year rebuild. Secondly, the goal is to win the league title and the Champions League. Third, we're going to have unrealistic and realistic transfers throughout this rebuild process. And lastly, all games are going to be simulated. Now that you are caught up on how this FIFA 21 rebuild is going to go with Leeds United, let me give you a look at the squad before I make any transfers at all. This is the starting lineup I'm putting out there before I make any transfers. We got Rodrigo up as striker, Jack Harrison over at left mid, Dallas behind him. The 3 midfielders consist of Click. It's Click. That's what it is. It's Click, Phillips, and Roberts. Right mid, we got the newly transferred Rafinha. Right back, we got Ayling, and the center backs, we got Koch and Cooper. In goal, we got Meslier. Alright, whatever. You guys know I said that wrong. I admit to it. That is my bad. On the bench, we got players such as Patrick Bamford, Diego Llorente, Hernandez, Poveda, Casilla, Costa, Douglas, and on the reserves, we got some players with decent potential such as Davis, Somerville, one of those players. Somerville is definitely one of those players with huge potential. 68 overall, only 18 years of age. Alioski is getting up there in age, 28 years old. Shackleton, 20 years old, 65 overall. Decent potential in him, and nobody else really stands out on the reserves. Before I get into the transfers I'm going to make, I want to explain what transfers I want to make, and I think it's going to start with, we definitely need a new left back. Dallas is not our guy moving forward, 29 years of age, and the same could be said for the right back situation. 28 years old for Ayling, but we do have, where is he? We do have, he's a left back. So for left back situation, we do have Davis, who's 20 years old, 64 overall. We might give him time to process and grow into that role as a starting left back, but we only have 4 years to turn Leeds United into a Champions League title contender and a league winning title team in the Premier League. So we're going to have to make upgrades soon in this first season. I'll be right back with the newly updated squad after I make my transfers. Before I actually go and get those transfers in the club, I want to show you guys our transfer budget that I'm working with. I got 18.65 million in the transfer budget and 453k in the wage budget. Okay, this has been our transfer business up until the first game of the season against Crystal Palace. We sold Douglas for 1.8 million to Strasbourg, and we brought in Joshua Zirkzee for 950k. And Stuart Dallas, I mean, that is a steal. 68 overall, 19 years young, really good potential on him. We also brought in Gio Reyna from Borussia Dortmund for 10.5 million. I mean, I love this kid. I think he's going to be absolutely amazing for the U.S. men's national team. I think he could be absolutely amazing for Leeds United throughout this rebuild. And our last signing was Felix Agu from Werder Bremen for 9.5 million. He's a left back center. It's a left back, left mid, and right back. 70 overall, 20 years young, 4.1 million value. Look at those stats, all green. Really like this guy a lot. With all those transfers being done, we still have 19 million in the transfer budget and 226k in the wage budget. I will be saving that for the January transfer window, depending on where we are in the table, see if we have to make any reinforcements of our team. And this is what our starting lineup is going to be going into the season. Everything is the same except I put Agu at left back, and we got Zirkzee on the bench as well as Gio Reyna. We are going to be simulating to the January transfer window. My prediction for where the team will be, I think we could be from anywhere from 12th to 8th place. That's what I'm expecting for the first half of our first season in the Premier League of this rebuild. The first half of the season has passed us. We are now in January, and as we scroll down, we see Leeds United in 12th place, 6 wins, 6 draws, and 9 losses. 20 goals for, which is pretty low, and only 28 goals allowed. -8 goal differential. I think we'd finish 8 to 12 in our first half of the season, but let's take a look at how our players' ratings did progress, or maybe they didn't progress at all. Let's go over to the squad. So out of our signings, it seems like Xerxes went up 1, Reina went up 1, Agu also went up 1. All those players only went up 1 overall rating, and I think a change I need to make for us to be even more successful. I'm going to take Cooper out. I know he's the captain of Leeds United, but I have to start playing our highest rated players, because those are the players that probably do the best in simulation scenarios. So this is our starting lineup. I'm going to go and make changes, make some new transfer signings, and most likely I will be looking for a central midfielder to come into this club. So I didn't want to switch up the team too much. We are bringing in Correa for 9.2 million from Valencia. He is a 73 overall right back, and we also sold Alioski to Southampton for 3.1 million and Forshaw to Bordeaux for 1.7 million. Remaining budget is 13 million in the transfer budget and 574k in the wage budget. But let me give you a look at the squad, because I did indeed change formations. I'm running a 4-1-2-1-2 wide. We got Xerxes and Rodrigo up top, Roberts at cam, and the new addition Correa right back, and Diego Llorente steps in at center back. The bench is looking like this. We got Hernandez, Cooper, Click, Reina, Casilla, Costa, and Somerville. And anybody important on the reserves. I moved Ailing down to the reserve. Let me move him up to, who do I take out for him? Now I'm going to keep Ailing on the reserve. I might end up selling him. I don't know. What is he? He's 29 years old. He's only going to decrease in overall end value. If I do sell anybody else, I will let you guys know. But as things stand, I think we are midway through January, almost at the end of January. 14th place I'm predicting. I just hope we get a top half finish above 10th place. Will be absolutely phenomenal, but I'm going to simulate to the rest of the season. I will see you guys once I get there. Here we are at the end of season 1. We did get 15th place, 38 games played, 36 points. I'm kind of a little upset with that. Maybe my transfers weren't actually the best, but Liverpool does indeed win the league with only 1 loss on the whole season. Any surprises at the top of the table? West Ham and Fulham finishing top half basically is surprising, and the teams to go down are Sheffield, Southampton, and Burnley. Stats for the end of the season: Rodrigo led us with 12 goals. Pablo Hernandez, Patrick Bamford right behind them with 5, and our leading man for assists was Jack Harrison with 4, and behind him was Rodrigo with 3. So it seems like Rodrigo had an overall great season as striker for us. I don't like how in the hub it doesn't show you like the +2, +3 to the attributes. It shows this. Rafinha did go a +2. I'll just scroll through them all. You can all see. If I see anybody that was super surprising, I will stop. Our new signing Correa went up +1. So the overall increases are pretty low for development this year. +2 for Gio Reyna, -2 for Matthias Click. Anybody else that is crazy? Joshua Xerxes didn't even go up +1. I don't know. Am I just developing these players incorrectly, or I don't know. Maybe I gotta watch a video. But +3 for Jordan Stevens. I guess they just overall toned down like the player development, so you couldn't get like +18 on a player in the first season. The team to start season 2 as as follows. We still have the 4-1-2-1-2 wide. We got Xerxes, Rodrigo up top, Roberts in behind, Reina and Rafinha out on left and right mid. Phillips running that CDM role. We got Koch and Llorente, our center backs, with Meslier and Skol. And we got Agu and Correa as our left and right backs. On the bench, we got Poveda, Cooper, Click, Bamford, Casilla, Ailing, and Somerville. Guys, let's go over and show you exactly how much I have in the transfer budget. It is a lot this year. For the second season, we got 78 million in the transfer budget and 102k in the wage budget. The 2 players we have bought at the beginning of the second season is RAFAEL LEAO, who is 77 overall. We bought him for 40 million, and we bought Harit from FC Schalke, 79 overall. Both players go directly into our starting lineup. We are left with 2 million in the transfer budget, so that isn't enough to make any significant improvements to our first squad lineup. But you can see LEAO and Harit are both in our starting lineup, and that moves Xerxes and Roberts over to our bench. Last year, after the first half of the season, we were 12th place, so I'm predicting our team is much improved compared to last season, the beginning. So I am predicting a top 7 finish for the first half of the season. We have made it to the midway mark, January, despite our team being astronomically improved. We're in 17th place with 16 points only. Look at this squad that I built. You could rewind it, go back to the beginning of season 1. This team is so much better. Literally almost every player is 80 rated in the squad. I have no idea why we're performing so poorly in the simulation so far. And unfortunately, we barely have any funds to even improve the team. It looks like I might get fired. I'm going to try making some magic happen. I'll let you guys know what changes I make in this January transfer window. And after that, we'll simulate ahead to the end of season 2. At the end of the second season, we find ourselves just avoiding relegation. We finished in 17th place, but there was a surprise, a nice surprise at the end of the season, and that is that we are in the final of the FA Cup against Arsenal. And I want to show you the team before we get into that game against Arsenal. We had a lot of players develop pretty nicely in the second season, regardless of us finishing so low in the league table. I mean, almost our whole starting lineup is above 80 except Reina, Agu, Meslier, and Correa, but our bench is also looking pretty decent. I don't know what's going on. We're going to have to make some big signings in the third season to push for the Champions League, and then hopefully in the fourth season we can win Champions League and win the league title. But I mean, my manager rating is 56, but that should go up a whole lot if we win the final against Arsenal in the FA Cup. So I'll simulate ahead to that, and I'll show you the result of that match. So I did do interactive sim for this match. At halftime, we're up 3-0 somehow against Arsenal. Harit has 2 goals, and Rafinha has a goal for himself. We do not have most of possession of this game, but we got 3 shots and 3 goals. So we're being very efficient this game. Let's carry on in the second half. And there we have it. The game ends 3-0 is the final score. Leeds United wins the FA Cup despite coming in 17th in the league table. I guess we had a Cinderella magic run to the FA Cup final, and we're able to come out victorious. And hopefully that should give me some more job security for me moving forward in these last 2 seasons of the rebuild. End of the season stats saw Rodrigo get 13 goals. Second was RAFAEL LEAO, new member this season, 8 goals himself, and Anime Harit also had 6. We look at the assists. Harit led the team with 4 assists, but overall, I just don't think there was enough goals scored. I might have to bring in a superstar striker in our third season to carry us. In terms of upgrades, we saw Rafinha go up 3 overall. Phillips went up 5. Rodrigo went up 2. Cook went up 4. You can just go down and down. RAFAEL LEAO went up 4. Harit went up 2. Llorente went up 3. And the list goes on and on. A lot of players went up in overall. I did look up a video how to train your players properly on FIFA 21 career mode. It is a little different than FIFA 20. Of course, there's new features, so I got used to that, and overall our players were able to grow much more effectively in the second season compared to the first season. Our big $51 million signing, the start of the third season, was Leon Bailey. We need to upgrade the left mid position, need to get more goals in the back of the net. So this is our lineup going into season 3. Hopefully we could qualify for a Champions League spot, and in the fourth season, that's where we'll win the Champions League. At the midway mark in the third season in January, we are currently in 7th place with 34 points, but we also have been competing in the Europa League. How can I check the Europa League? Is it in standings? It might be in standings and other competitions. You know, this screen obviously takes forever to load. Pick competition. Let's go to the European International Cup. Oh no, that was the preseason tournament. UEFA Super Cup. Nope, wrong thing again. UEFA Europa League. Obviously, that's what I'm looking for. And let's see how far we are. We're in the round of 32 currently, matched up against Olympiacos CFP. But let's take a look at how our team has been performing within the ratings of the team. Have they been going up? It looks like they have been going up. RAFAEL LEAO up to 86. Rodrigo up to 86. Harit hasn't been going up as much as I would like. He's at 82. Phillips at 87. Rafinha 88. Correa 77. Cook 84, Llorente 84, Agu 81, and Messier 77. So overall, the players have been increasing in ratings quite a bit this season. We're taking that next step. I'm gonna have to sign another huge player in order to make that final push to make Champions League. Let's adjust the wage budget and see how much we have to work with. Let's say if 100k wage a week is pretty fair. So I got 31 million in the transfer budget to work around with. I'm going to be simulating as part of January to see if I could sell on some players and then get enough funds to bring in another superstar to add into our squad. The transfer business in January is now done. We ended up selling Harit for 64 million. He was an 82 overall player. It was taking a long time for him to progress even further, and we picked up Dani Olmo for only 16 million more, 3 overall points higher, and he has much more room to grow in his potential. So I am very happy to see that signing happen. At the end of season 3, we have failed to qualify for the Champions League by 7 points. We were really close. We made a nice run at it. We finished in 7th place. Let's take a look and see. Maybe we did qualify for Champions League by winning the Europa League. So the final, the Europa League, is going to feature Real Madrid and AZ. Real Madrid, I don't know how they're in the Europa League, but let's see how far do we even make it in this competition. Where are we? We lost 4-1 aggregate to AZ. I mean, in the round of 16, that's not too bad for our team, but let's take a look at our team stats. Let's see who was able to bag the goals for us in season 3. Wow, RAFAEL LEAO, what a signing he has been. 18 goals for him. Rodrigo with 13, Rafinha with 11, and a goal assist. Rodrigo with 6, Rafinha also with 6. This is what the squad looked like. RAFAEL LEAO up to an 89 overall, Rodrigo 86, Dani Olmo 87, Leon Bailey 83, Rafinha 88, Calvin Phillips went up to an 88, Agu up to an 83, Llorente up to 84, Cook up to an 86, Correa up to a 77, Messier up to 77 as well, and the bench, nobody has really grown too much. But let's actually take a look at how much these players have grown through the squad hub. So RAFAEL LEAO is gonna +8 this year. That's absolutely spectacular. Anybody else go up crazy? Robin Koch went up 4, Calvin Phillips went up 4. Anybody else? Felix Agu went up 7 overall points this year. That's absolutely phenomenal. I can't believe that. And then the rest of the team was just pretty average. The start of season 4 has us with a $75 million transfer budget and 126k in the wage budget. Let's take a look at the squad and see what I think we should improve. And really, there's not much to improve. What happened to our goalie? Wait, we don't have a goalie anymore? Wait, what happened? Wait, I don't know why I just did that. We'll put Cook back there. Where's our goalie? Wait, what happened to our goalie? Our goalie has disappeared. I must have missed something. I guess his contract might have expired. So we definitely need to buy a goalie and we need to buy a right back. And I think that's all we need to do to improve this team. So our one signing in the first transfer window of the 4th season is we brought in Dean Henderson for around 67 million, which left us with about like 8-9 million left. So we can't really make any other big signings. So I'm going to simulate the whole season throughout. And let's see exactly if we can get top 3, maybe first in the Premier League. Hopefully we win the Premier League and the FA Cup in the season. That'll make up for not qualifying for the Champions League throughout this rebuild process. Maybe if I didn't have such a bad first year rebuild. I bought some players like, look at Xerxes, still 72 overall. Correa wasn't the best purchase either. Like, my first season transfers were really bad. After that, I started learning how things really go, and I got much better. But hopefully we simulate this whole 4th season and we get the Premier League title. At the end of season 4, we come so close to the Premier League title. We finished with 85 total points compared to Manchester City's 88 points. Let's take a look at the final squad we put out on the pitch. RAFAEL LEAO, 93 overall. My goodness, this guy is an absolute monster. It seems like Leon Bailey got hurt, so Gio Reyna probably played most of the games. Robin Koch went up to a 92 overall. Calvin Phillips 91, Rafinha 91, Dani Olmo 90. Everybody on the squad was just absolutely incredible throughout this rebuild process. Let's take a look at the exact stats, of the team throughout this 4th season. I'm guessing that RAFAEL LEAO at least bagged himself 20 goals if I had to guess. He got 26 goals and 6 assists in 38 appearances. Guys, sign this man in career mode if you haven't already. He seems like he's a beast in simulation, and I mean, if he's good in simulation, he must be good to use in the game. Rafinha had 15, Dani Olmo with 14, and Rodrigo with 10 goals respectively. Assists, Rodrigo was 7 and Dani Olmo was 7 as well. RAFAEL LEAO with 6 and 5 for Rafinha. Now we're also in the Europa League, so let's take a look and see. Maybe we won that trophy, maybe we didn't, or maybe we won the FA Cup again. We'll have to take a look at all those. Let's take a look at the FA Cup first. Did we win the FA Cup? No, the final hasn't been played yet, but it is going to be between Leicester City and Sheffield Wednesday of all teams. Let's see how far we made it. I completely just clicked the wrong button. Emirates FA Cup. Let's go back to that. Did we make it to the semis? We didn't make it to the semis. We made it to round 6, the quarterfinals, where we lost to Leicester City 2-1. In the Europa League, the final is going to be Manchester United against Chelsea. 2 Premier League teams repping the Europa League. And let's see, oh my gosh, I keep clicking change competition. Let's go back. I don't want to see the UEFA Super Cup, but the Champions League will be Barcelona, Atletico Madrid. We did make it to the semifinals. We lost in aggregate 2-1. So we were so close to winning the Premier League title as well as making it to the final, potentially winning the Europa League. If we had won the Premier League title, the Europa League, and the FA Cup all within this 4-year rebuild, I would have considered it a 100% success. But I think what really hindered me was those season 1 transfers and not knowing how to properly develop players. So I've lived and I've learned through my mistakes, and they won't happen. So next rebuild, comment down below any team you want me to rebuild in the comments. I probably will, just if anybody comments any teams, that will be the next team that I do, and I will become better as I do more rebuilds, learning which players to buy and overall learning how to develop players. But guys, that has been the rebuild. Leeds United, I'd say overall, I give it a 7 out of 10 performance from Leeds United in the 4-year rebuild. But if you guys did enjoy this episode, make sure to drop a like, a comment, and subscribe. It's been your boy, King07, and I'm out. Peace.